right as it finishes. Oh, if he loses that, that could be bad news for oGsMC. Butterfly continuing to kite around here. Zealots don't have charge yet, so they aren't going to be very useful versus these Marauders. But you know what? He might get a medevac or two. These Stalkers are actually at the risk of dying right here. The Psionic Storms do... Oh, sorry, not the Storms. The Feedbacks do a good job of taking out the medevacs there. And a nice blink onto the rest of the army. Shreds those Marauders to pieces. Actually, we can see their suits are just completely mangled there. Looks like the expansion for Butterfly is now almost up. Going to be a little bit of time before it comes. And it looks like he stopped Viking production completely. Look at these now useless units. We don't see any more Colossi being produced at the moment, and now with all these probes transferring over here, should have a nice new influx of income for our Protoss players. We can see, gonna just jack right up there right about now. Looks like we have more Templar being warped in as a huge task force of Stalkers comes to challenge the expansion. Looks like he'll get it right before it completes there, and this actually might go down. Oh my god! It looks like this is gonna... Oh, it goes down. That is very unfortunate. That's gonna take another 100 seconds to get back up. And at the cost of a few Stalkers, absolutely worth it. oGsMC is going to have a huge income advantage over his opponent Butterfly. We can see that's clearly demonstrated in the income tab right now. And that's going to last for quite a while because CCs, they take quite a while to build, as I said. We do have quite a bit of ghosts out now. Looks like we have 2 ghosts with a bunch of energy. Should do very well versus Stalkers, which tend to clump up as they're moving, as we can see here. Doing a nice job keeping some High Templar away, and a Storm completely fails right there, missing everything, but the next one's beautiful. Looks like it's Butterfly's turn to fail with a missed EMP, Archon being warped in, and this might be too early for Protoss to engage. A beautiful EMP goes down, wiping out the shields of a bunch of units, and he might actually lose some here. It looks like he does manage to snag a 150 gas High Templar before he makes his escape, and Vikings are doing a nice job mopping up some of these probes over here. Of course, these Vikings are now useless, so he's putting them to some use, getting a few kills there. It doesn't look like he did too much with it, however. Feedbacks go down on the medevacs. Looks like he didn't have enough energy for the Storms there. Would have been very nice. And is it time for Butterfly to take an expansion? I don't know. He's getting pincered by these units right here. And Zealots are warping in a concave around the army. A Storm goes down and devastates the front lines. I think Butterfly definitely needs to get out of here. He's trying to kite all he can. But the Storms just keep falling down from these High Templar. Look at the damage that's being dealt here. We can see that Butterfly is clearly forced to back out there as his planetary fortress now morphs. Looks like he's going to be putting on bunkers. I definitely agree with that. He's going to need everything he can to defend against oGsMC, the very strong Protoss players we can see in this game. Looks like he's just going to be sticking with Marines and Marauders for now. It's an observer, walks around, going to see everything. He might actually want a couple turrets just around here. Of course, he's only a shrine away from getting DTs, so you always have to be worried about that late game. They can be extremely good harassing tools. Looks like a 4th Nexus is going to be placed down over here, while a supply depot blocks this location from being taken. And it's just flooding in from all sides, it looks like, as they take the Zelnaga watchtower. It doesn't look like we have enough bunkers here. He's going to need to pull back to the planetary fortress if he wants to deal with this. Oh, as I say that, the Archons were actually left behind, and the Stalkers just get mopped up by those Marauders. These units are definitely late to the party as they try and do some damage. He's going the wrong way, though. Butterfly is just going to be charging headlong into those Zealots. And, ooh, a nice Storm. Oh, beautiful Storms, killing a ton of units here. He has to get back to this planetary fortress if he has any hope of repelling this attack. Very few people manage to survive an MC attack, and we can see that's demonstrated right here. Going to be repairing that bunker, but now MC has a straight path right to Butterfly's main, and it looks like there aren't enough units here to deal with this angry mob of Zealots and Archons. Meanwhile, Stalkers are going to be challenging the planetary fortress over here. The bunker is being auto-repaired, but a Storm goes on top of the SCVs, killing a few there. Meanwhile, more action is going on in the main as a bunch of units challenge this Archon. The Archon looks like it's about to go down, however, and MC is forced to back out. But man, not before doing a crazy amount of damage. In fact, it looks like our Terran's macro is actually slipping here. He needs to build a lot more unit-producing structures. 3-base Terran, of course. Oh, barely 3 bases, we can see. Needs way more than 6 barracks. 8 barracks, 9 barracks, 10 barracks. Looks like that's the plan, as he does throw down a couple more here. Going to be getting well, nothing out of his starport right now. He doesn't really have the gas to do that, but units are going to be shooting these from the high ground, and that could actually spell disaster for these units. A nice EMP goes down, but it doesn't take the High Templar out, which managed to throw some storms down over the Terran units. One Ghost up here is going to land clutch EMP if he wants to survive this attack. We can see the orbital is not even being lifted at this point. There it finally goes. Stalkers can, of course, shoot air, however. Looks like an EMP does go down. Does take out the shields of an Archon, which is always a bonus, but he needs to keep that Ghost alive, actually. He should really be pulling that back, but he doesn't. And MC is just getting more and more ahead in this game. I don't even see any drop harass on the minimap right now. And the SCVs are finally being pulled, but Archons just eat SCVs right up for breakfast. There's no challenge there whatsoever. Units trying to kite the Archons. This one's definitely going to be toast, but the Stalkers are going to, retreat past what I thought was a tight wall in. I guess not. Looks like an Archon is going to be actually trying to mop up some SCVs in here, but does quickly fall to that planetary fortress. Looks like we have a bunch of bunkers now being placed down. Look at the mineral count of our Terran player. He has quite a few minerals right now, and he is spoiling for an expo right now at this point. If he doesn't get one up, he's going to fall behind. Look at that income. 2,300 for MC to 500. 600 for our Terran player. His odds of winning this game are dwindling every second. Wow, look at that army. That's quite a few units. And actually, these Templar are just going to be extremely valuable. Whoa, that's a lot of Templar. How many High Templar do we have now? We have 5 High Templar. That's 5 Storms. Don't know if any of them are banking energy at this point. And it looks like we might have a nice flank by MC. Looks like he's going to be pushing around here. Going to be a two-pronged attack as he blinks into the main to take out the production facilities. He quickly surrounds with those zealots on the PF. Doesn't look like that's working out for him too well, though, as this planetary fortress already has 9 kills. It's going to be racking up some racks here, though. See what I did there? Of course, when you're in the unit-producing structures of a Terran player, you know you've already won. Of course, these Stalkers could easily be killed, but they can just blink out, as we see there. The second any opposition comes, and there they go. Except for this poor Stalker. Oh my god, I'd hate to be that guy. The one left behind. Yeah, Terran should have definitely taken this base quite a while ago. He has the minerals to do it. I mean, look at this. He's banking money right now, so there's really no reason why he hasn't done that. Of course, when you're playing against oGsMC, it's very difficult to do such things. Now, I know I keep, tuning this guy's horn a lot, but really, I think it's very obvious in this game that MC is a very good player. I love the fact that he's gone for these High Templar. I think, maybe people are finally starting to realize that High Templar are probably a better option versus Marine Marauder than Colossi. Vikings don't really deal with, Colossi as well as they do. Okay, that didn't make any sense. You know what, just forget I even said that at this point. Looks like we have a bunch of Archons being morphed in there. I'm not sure what the point of that is. Maybe an EMP took off a bunch of energy there. There isn't a ghost around, though. Yeah, I'm not quite sure, but you know what, that's going to deal some amazing damage either way. I mean, they deal splash versus these units, and the stim comes at the perfect time there. He's going to need to land the EMPs. Oh, and he gets a nice amount of Archons there with that EMP, but is there too much here? I don't know. He's going to have to pull back to the planetary fortress, and it looks like that's what he's doing, but the Archons shred that bunker to pieces immediately, and even the planetary fortress might fall at this point. Looks like MC is just going to be rolling over the last of the Terran units. GG is called in Korean as Butterfly leaves the game. Wow, what a battle right there. I really hope you enjoyed this game. I think it definitely came down to the fact that we had a quadrillion gateways here, easily able to replace those High Templar. Holy crap. You know what, let's just count these for fun. Okay, so it looks like we had, how many is this? 8 times 3 is 24. Plus, so we had 27 gateways producing units in this game, and I think that's pretty much why MC won. He could clearly replenish his army much faster, and he still had minerals to spare. So hope you enjoyed this awesome Korean game. I will be bringing you a Protoss versus Zerg next. I know that has been requested, so thank you very much, and of course, hope to see you again for another Daily Dose of Ownage.